to the Red Leaf Card, your home for Canadian soccer news and views. My name is Jacob, and today we're going to be talking about the first leg of the Canadian Championship semifinals. And it was probably the best semifinals first leg I've seen so far from the Major League Soccer team's side and the Canadian Premier League team side of Forge FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps, as noticed the first place of the Canadian Premier League and the reigning champs of the Canadian Championship, which is Vancouver Whitecaps, comes to a draw of 2 goals apiece. This is probably the best match we might see coming to the second leg. But we have to wait and see at BC Place of the 90 minutes that will go all the way. So some fans would say there has been some questionable uncalled plays there, caused a PK for Forge FC, but didn't happen. But right now, I see Forge FC played really well against the Vancouver Whitecaps. But if you have to think how it will go into the second leg, probably it could go all the way as a draw match and could lead to penalty kicks. I think that a lot of people who watch the Canadian Championship are missing out this actual big match that it could have a new reigning champ for the Canadian Championship. Who will make the finals? Can Vancouver Whitecaps hold on to go to the finals? Because right now, Forge FC looks like a title contender to actually snatch it out of the Whitecaps. And you're looking at how Hamilton plays now. They're actually improving every single time when they're playing a Major League Soccer team. They know how they play. They know how they perform against the Canadian Premier League teams. And they try to play soft on them. They know how they play like. And you look at how Club de Foot Montreal played. It didn't work out against Forge FC. So now you're looking at the Vancouver Whitecaps. They have to really think of, you're going to BC Place in the second leg, and now it's do or die scenario at home in Vancouver. And I think right now you're always going to be questioning how you're going to defend home field in the second leg. Do you bring in Thomas Mueller because you signed him for the team, and a lot of fans want to see him in that matchup and show how it's done against Forge FC, and it might bring in some discomfort with Forge FC. And I have to say that a lot of fans would want to see that, to not make Forge FC allow them to go to the finals. But is that enough for Thomas Mueller to just go on the field for the second leg and to pressure them? Just right now, you're having a 2-2 aggregate score. You have to wonder, can Forge FC actually pull it off in Vancouver to actually make more goals than them? And Vancouver Whitecaps have to work on the defensive side to actually pull it off. And again, you have to also, yes, you have to score goals also. It's all the point there, how you pull it off to make the Whitecaps finish it off. You might think it's going to be a 1-0 match or it's going to be a 2-1 match. But again, you have to think which team will finish it off. But again, you think if it's a draw match, it's going to go to PKs. And you're going to question which team is going to actually win this one. That's going to be hard for both sides. And this is going to be a must-watch in the second leg. But now you're going to be looking at the side of Vancouver FC versus Atletico Ottawa. And I think there's going to be that side you're wondering, is there going to be a Cinderella story, or you're going to see this team come back and just ruin it? So Atletico Ottawa right now down 2 goals against Vancouver FC, 3-1 final score in this first leg of the semifinals. The question is to Atletico Ottawa, where is your whole performance gone? And I think Atletico Ottawa fans are going to be questioning that from the first leg of that match. And they want to see their whole 100% in the second leg. They want it so badly to go to the finals. But if Vancouver FC ruins this match against Atletico Ottawa, they actually beat Atletico Ottawa, you're looking at one of the best upsets of all time. Every single Vancouver FC match that they went through, you look at Calgary FC, they beat them. They beat Calgary FC in PKs. You look at every single match that Vancouver FC went, it was all PKs. And I have to say this, that you're looking probably one of the best teams that went through every single round. Probably one of the best PK matches they went through. Like, we have to look at a scenario if Vancouver FC goes to the finals. And then later you're looking at, who are you going to be versing? Maybe Vancouver Whitecaps. And that looks like going to be a tough matchup for Vancouver FC. You have the Whitecaps versus Vancouver FC. I would like that. I would like that to happen. But if Atletico Ottawa beats Vancouver FC in the second leg, you're going to be questioning, how is that going to work for Atletico Ottawa? They have to do really hard. They have to work hard to basically know what they're doing against Vancouver Whitecaps. And I would love this matchup to happen, but you have to think about the second leg against Vancouver FC. That's the big problem that Atletico Ottawa is now having, that they're down 2 goals with Vancouver FC and they have to focus on it. And I think you're looking at this matchup coming up for the second leg. These 2 matches are going to be hype moments. You're going to have the second leg in Ottawa. A lot of Atletico Ottawa fans are going to be hyped up to support them. But you're going to question, can Atletico Ottawa go all the way to actually win the aggregate score? And I hope so. Maybe some of them probably think it might not happen, but there are some matches that went through a long aggregate score that beat that team. And I've seen probably that those two matches, Forge FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps and Vancouver FC versus Atletico Ottawa, these are going to be a thrilled matchup. These are some thrilled matchups that we're going to be seeing, but we have to wait until the end of the second leg. But as in League One Ontario is almost ending, we still don't have a team that is the winners for the spot for the 2026 Canadian Championship. As noticed, Langley United are the League One BC champs of the 2025 regular season. And in League One Alberta, we have a team in Calgary. We have the Calgary Blizzard that are going to be in the 2026 Canadian Championship. And in League One Quebec, we have CS Saint Laurent. We're having them back with their second appearance and one of the most competitive teams in League One Canada. But in League One Ontario, the only teams that are surviving to try to qualify for the Canadian Championship spot is Woodbridge Strikers and Scorosopi FC, which, as noticed, Scorosopi FC has made an appearance for the Canadian Championship. Woodbridge Strikers has not made an appearance for Canadian Championship. But if you look at in how League One Ontario is doing in this season, you have York United Academy right now almost in the top 3 spots. So their last matchup, they defeated Whitby FC and did really well. And their final 2 matches are going to be Unionville Malacan SC and also the Borough FC. And they're going to and possibly make it to the top 3 spots in this season, actually. So I got to interview the coach for the academy team of York United of that matchup. So, Silviu Butnaru, congrats on the win with Whitby FC. What's your thoughts on the match?
Very, very, very hard game. We knew from last week when we played them. We were a little bit off last week. We made a couple of mistakes and they cost us the game. Today again, we made a couple of mistakes, but that's how it goes in the game. With young players, you're always going to have mistakes. We're okay with that because we're learning, and hopefully next time they're going to be a little bit better. But also today they came with a different spirit. They came prepared for the game. We worked the whole week on how to face the opposition. We had a different plan from last week, and that paid off. And it turned out to be a good day for us.
So right now you're in the top 3 for the promotion area, and it's almost the end of the season. How does it feel of this season doing well with the York United Academy for the first of the season?
Thank you. First of all, for us, was never one of the goals to get promoted. We took one game at a time and we focused on developing the players. Turning mid-season, we realized that we're sitting with a good chance in, and we made it a goal, so we pushed really hard for it. But every game is different and every opposition team is different, so we take one day at a time, one game at a time, and we treat the games as it comes. For us, it's really important to get the players to understand, to play a certain way, the York United way, and we're not really focusing on the result until the end of the game. And if the result turns out to be a good result, that's even better. But we're focusing on putting the best performance that we can put.
And also, as noticed, York United just announced of expanding the team with the under 21 and the under 19 in the next season for League One Ontario, starting from the League Two. What's your thoughts on the expansion for York United?
Thank you. This has been in the cards for us since we started this project of the Academy. Our goal is to create as many groups possible, going from under 21 down, simply because we want to give the opportunity to the younger talent in GTA, in Toronto, in Canada. Our focus is to develop these players. The expansion of the academy with the under 19 this year, which is going to add to the under 20, which is going to become an under 21 next season. It's actually another great opportunity for these players that are part of various programs and they don't have currently an opportunity. It's a great chance for these kids to come to work with our coaching staff, with our technical staff, and be in a good environment and have an opportunity to develop and get a shot at the highest level.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And that's full time of the Red League Card. You could follow us on X, Spotify, on YouTube. I'm your host, Jacob, subbing out.